listening to the
Wow. Have mercy. Your brother has begun the slick one back behind the wood for the open bar. Coming at you Friday night, Saturday morning. And what is it, May 2nd, May 3rd? I don't know. I mean, I'm retired. I forget what the date is. Who cares? Who gives a shit? So, anyways, we're back. It's been a while. The draft has happened. Donald Trump's first 100 days have happened, and we're still here. Kinda. The first 100 days, it feels more like the first 100 years, but we're still here. How about Bill Belichick? A little controversy there with his 24-year-old girlfriend.
You're a little pervert.
So evidently they're having an interview on one of those fluff Sunday morning news magazine shows, and Belichick is being interviewed on camera, and his girlfriend is like off across the room. And they ask Bill at one point, they ask Belichick, so how did you guys meet? And then she yells out from the back of the room, "We don't talk about that." So I don't know what the big deal is, what they're hiding. Maybe they met at a swingers convention in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I don't know. I don't really care. But look, they're both getting what they want. She's 24, he's 73. God love them. I mean, as Janis Joplin once said, get it while you can. They also said there's no fool like an old fool. And it looks like, according to one report, if it's true, that her wealth has gone up $8 million since she started dating Bill Belichick. That's right, $8 million in real estate she now owns that she did not have prior to sliding with Mr. Personality, the great Bill Belichick. Hey, I don't judge. Far be it from me.
Medication time. Medication time.
Watched a great movie over the weekend. One that I missed. I'm kind of a weird person. I like to go, instead of checking out new stuff, I'm more excited about reading about old movies that I may have missed or old music that I may have missed, and that is excellent. But you never heard it. So you go back and you view it. I don't give a fuck if it's in black and white. I don't care if it's a film noir. I don't care if it's horror. I don't care what it is. If it's supposed to be a shit hot, movie, or it's interesting, it sounds. So this is kind of like a cultish movie. It's kind of like a David Lynch. I don't know what it is. It's like somebody said it's like RoboCop meets the Terminator. I don't know, but it could have been better. But it was entertaining. I'll say that. The Hidden is the name of it. 1987. Kyle MacLachlan is in it. Some guy named, I don't know, I forgot the director's name, Dan Shoulder. The last name was Shoulder. I forgot the first name. Never heard of the guy. But other than Kyle MacLachlan, the only person you might recognize in the movie is Danny Trejo, who has like all of a 15-second part in this movie. But it's kind of like the Tingler on acid, right? So this entity enters people, and these normal people become psychos, and they go on killing sprees, like somebody that never even had a parking ticket. This guy's an insurance salesman. All of a sudden, he walks into a bank and he's shooting people. This is the kind of movie you want to twist one up and watch. You know what I mean? It's just try not to make too much sense out of it. Just enjoy it for what it is. The Hidden, 1987. Slick Daddy says, check it out. I give it 3.5 joints on my 5-joint rating scale.
Let's inhale some drugs together.
And did I ever tell you there are statistics that I get on the podcast, on the Slickcast here from the company, Podbean, who I have my Slickcast through, and they'll tell you how many new subscribers you have. By the way, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. They give you statistics, and they tell you, one of the more interesting statistics is where are people listening from? And so obviously the majority of my audience I get from the United States. Number 2, no surprise, Canada. That's right. I'm pretty hot shit in Canada. And listen to this. Number 3, fucking Russia is on the list. Talk about paranoid. I need Vladimir Putin and the KGB listening to me like I need a bag on my hip. So I'll be hanging at one of my favorite joints in South Buffalo having a couple of cocktails, and some Rusky will, drop some radioactive poison in my Jack and Coke. Is that the way I'm going to go out? Huh? I certainly hope not. So Rolling Stone magazine has put together the first 100 days of Trump, and I'm not going to read you all 100 of the crazy things that Trump has done, the stupid shit that he has done, but we'll just read a few of them, starting with when he was inaugurated, right? By the way, his ratings right now, before we get into some of the crazy shit he's done, the lowest of any president after 100 days in 80 years. And now he's blaming the, it's fake news because the polls are not, good to him. If the polls were good to him, he'd be bloviating how he has the best polls. You know how Trump is. He's a fucking child. He's complaining that the 3%, minus 3% growth we had for the quarter is Biden's fault, right? And then before he was even elected, he was taking credit for when the stock market was doing great under Biden. He was taking credit for that, saying, well, that's because people know that I'm running for office and I'm going to get reelected. So, again, that's just the way Trump is. And what makes him dangerous this time is he has surrounded himself with sycophants. The first administration, there were actually some grown-ups in the room because he didn't know who to appoint. So he actually appointed some normal people that told him, hey, you can't fucking do this crazy shit. Now he is surrounded by sycophants, ass kissers, apple polishers, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Did you see that thing the other day, the 100-day anniversary where they're going around a table kissing his ass? Well, yes, Mr. Trump, you are the greatest president in the history of the world. Yes, Donald Trump, thank God that I am working on your administration. You will go down as history as the greatest president of all time. And it's just like, oh my God. It's sickening. This is like how I would imagine it would be at Kim Jong-un's, one of his staff meetings. And everybody blowing smoke up Trump's ass because, he's like a child. This is how you have to treat him. And it's really scary what he's done to this country and the inept people that he's put in charge of these important agencies. As I've said before, if you want to put somebody unqualified and make him the ambassador to fucking Guam or whatever, I don't give a shit. But don't put him in charge of the military. Don't put him, Secretary of Defense. Don't put him as Secretary of State or the head of the FBI or any of these agencies. Other countries are got to be laughing at us. They're fucking listening in on our shit. We got idiots using fucking apps on their phone to discuss top secret attacks. When they talk about government working, yes, government doesn't work if you put assholes in charge of things. You have to put competent fucking people in charge of things. Just like when George W. Bush put Brownie in charge of FEMA. Brown's only experience was with, he was a lawyer for fucking dog shows or horse shows or something. He was a horse show attorney. Whatever they do, I have no idea. But he was George W. Bush's old roommate in college, so he makes him in charge of FEMA. And then a disaster happens, and guess what? We have some asshole that ran horse show attorney in charge of FEMA. Now, when Clinton was president, and I don't agree with a lot of shit Clinton did, but at least he had like some guy that was admiral. He was an admiral in charge of FEMA. And this is the difference between Democrats and Republicans. And I'm not saying either party. Well, yes, I am saying the Republicans are a fucking joke right now. Democrats, at least they try. Even though it's not enough, at least they do some things. I don't see anything that the GOP does. It's all culture war shit. You don't want none of them there transvestites using your bathroom, do you? These are the kind of people that Trump is always going to have. He's always going to have these people as his base, and they're going to be with him thick and thin. They don't care. But where he's losing is in the independent votes. he is losing independent voters, which is not good for Republican congressmen and senators that happen to be in swing districts where, Trump is not, doing well right now. That'll be interesting to see, but that's a long ways off. What are they, 15, 16, 17 months away? It's a long fucking time. We got to deal with this fucking lunatic. I don't see how he lasts 4 years. I don't see how we get through 4 years of this. He's got to be impeached. The courts, somebody's got to step in and say, enough is enough. This shit is way, way out of line. This lawlessness, sending people off to prisons without due process, taking away money from NPR. This is just what he did to Voice of America, because if it's not a propaganda outfit singing his praises 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if it's just a straight up news reporting what kind of crazy shit he said on whatever given day, then he doesn't like it. However, Trump is losing some lawsuits. I think there's like over 200 lawsuits against the Trump administration already. There's some kind of new record because they're pushing the envelope. And a lot of judges are saying, hey, this fucking shit is on the line. So it's going to be up to the Supreme Court. But I guess, I don't know. But the Republican Party should get some balls, and they should have impeached him when they had the chance after the insurrection. Mitch McConnell, he could have found 5 people with balls or 7 people to help us impeach this fucking guy. But no, now we're stuck with him. So for however long, embarrassing the country, tanking the economy. This is completely self-inflicted. Oh, the prices weren't what they were before the pandemic? Well, that's because we had a once-in-a-100-year pandemic, you dipshit. And there's no way that these companies are going to go back to selling their shit what they did pre-pandemic, because they got away with jacking the prices up using the pandemic as an excuse. Oh, it's supply and demand. It's this, it's that, it's my ass. It's just a way to rip people off, and they're not going to go back to the pre-pandemic prices. And I think that's what people were expecting, and they forgot all about Trump's last year in office when he put the country in the shitter during the whole COVID thing. Right? That was a great time. Yeah. So I think people just have short memories, or they want to look at things through rose-colored glasses. But it was not all beer and Skittles during Donald Trump's last year in office, where we were stocking bodies up in refrigerator trucks, and the unemployment was through the fucking roof. And you couldn't get a box of Kleenex or whatever, toilet paper. Remember, we couldn't get any fucking toilet paper. You couldn't get masks. The machines, the respirator machines, they were buying them. They had to buy them from other countries. And then Trump was only giving them to his buddies. Like, if Alabama called, sure, man, we'll send you some ventilators. If New Jersey called, or Massachusetts, it'd be like, yeah, you're going to have to get your own because, sorry, we can't help you out there.
They're eating the dog.
And now some of the brilliant things that Donald Trump has done in his first 100 days. First of all, his ratings at the 100-day mark. He is the least popular president in 80 years. That's right. Of course, he's calling that fake news. He doesn't like the polls. I think he wants to arrest pollsters now. He's out of his fucking tree. And it's all self-inflicted with these tariffs. He had a perfectly good economy that he tanked with all this crazy shit that he's doing, which doesn't seem to have any type of strategy behind it. It's just, one day the tariffs are on, the next day they're off. It's hit and miss. He's excluding this, he's excluding that. How can anybody make plans with their business and decide how much stuff they got to buy when they don't know what, should we stock up now? Should we wait? Should we not? Because he's all over the fucking road with everything. And then he's telling kids, hey, maybe you'll just get $2 and you'll have to pay a little bit more for them instead of having $30. So, yeah, suck it up, kiddies. Suck it up, kiddies. Tough titties, kiddies. So, listen, we'll touch on the 100 fuck-ups in the next podcast. Until then, of course, as always, Thanks for dialing in. And don't forget to tell your friends to hit the subscribe button. You hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And remember that we are streaming on all the important platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, YouTube. And we originate out of Podbean, Slick's Open Bar. Or you can just Google it or go to slicktom.com and you'll get all the episodes. I think we're on episode 57. I mean, Jesus. Wow. Who thought that I would get to 57 episodes? I got to give myself props. A squatting ovation. All right, live fast, die old, go Bills, weed, whiskey, and Warren Zevon.
Hail to the king, baby.